released in 1998 for the PC and PlayStation. The X-Files game is kind of a peculiar note in the X-Files history. It doesn't seem to be known by too many fans of the series, and the X-Files had some rabid fans, I have to say. Nerdy fans, too. You'd think they'd have a computer. X-Files happens to be my favorite television series of all time. Some things going against it. It was an adventure game released in 1998, and the adventure genre was kind of dying at the time. It was an interactive movie, and the interactive movie was way, way dead by 1998. It's got bad reviews. I think Computer Gaming World gave it 2 stars. It's not the greatest reviews ever. But does this game deserve its obscurity and hate? Is it better than what they say? Let's take a look at it and find out. As we see here, David Duchovny and Gillian Anderson, Mulder and Scully, the 2 X-Files stars. This will be the last time you will be seeing them for quite a while. They are not the stars of this game, which I'm sure did not help the critical or fan reaction. So Scully gets shot here, which is an excuse to keep them out of the story for most of the game. I'm going to show you a little bit of the... You have some options here. Artificial Intuition is a little cheating system. Nicely set up. It kind of gives you like little hints every now and then. I will not be using that because I know this game like the back of my hand. And here we will meet the real star of the X-Files game, Agent Willmore. And alongside him, his partner, Mark Cook. There's a big gunnin' from DC. What is he up to? We have some options here. Depending on what you choose, you get like some modified things you can do it. Like if you're indifferent, you'll get some letters from your wife. If you're funny, like certain things happen. If you're paranoid, you kind of get a body that'll kind of move. Like there's like little things that happen. Kind of nice, not the biggest things in the world, but in terms of adventure games, it ain't bad. Nor is it bad in terms of interactive movie choices. There's the interface, photorealistic images, which the adventure genre was going away from at the time. You know, the 2D stuff was kind of dying in favor of the 3D stuff. Grim Fandango was coming around the corner. I guess it was going more towards the Myst style because you can move in all directions instead of the standard 2D. In fact, I don't remember seeing many games like this with the real photos at the time for adventure style games.
Agent Willmore, I want to see you.
Our boss wants to see us in the office now that we got some of our stuff. We're going to make him wait a bit. Take a look at our case files here that we found on our desk. This game has just tons and tons of stuff to look at. All day. Just tons of stuff you can sink your teeth into in terms of atmosphere. Tons and tons of atmosphere. And, you see that where it says militia? That's, a highlight. We can look that up on the computer and read more about it. Read a lot more about it. We can look at photos. Big Blue, that's a reference to an X-Files episode. This extraordinarily necessary thing to include in the game. Thank you. Thank you. Look in our drawer here. And we find our gun and our badge. We will need all of that. Now there is a computer here. How do we get... It's password protected though. So how do we find out the password? Well, we gotta look around the office. Gotta figure out, what is this guy like? Well, he seems to be into the Civil War. So here we got Shiloh in big letters. That's the password. I don't know how intuitive that would have been at the time to figure out. I think I needed to cheat for that one in 1990. That was an early internet game to figure out that part of it. The game is actually pretty easy in terms of adventure games. I had no problem. This was my introduction to the adventure genre. Here's some things you can do with the computer. You can search people. You can search the media for specific articles, for words, and you can get some articles. You can email them to people and they will respond to you. Lots more atmosphere with that. You can right click on things in your inventory to get a look at them. You can left click to actually use them. Yes, this was my first adventure game I ever played, and I think it was a good one to start with, I gotta say. As we meet Assistant Director Skinner.
2 of my agents are missing, Mulder and Scully. I haven't heard from him in 3 days. I'm extremely concerned.
You sound extremely concerned. Skinner. I gotta say, the acting from some of the regulars in this one, Skinner is not doing his best acting, I gotta say. He seems very out of place. Nevertheless, it's not terrible.
My office in D.C. right before they left.
I don't know what the hell was happening in his life at the time. Maybe, I don't know.
I'm not quite sure.
It's not like he's blue screen. It looks real.
All I have is this trouble.
Very good quality video, I gotta say. Apparently it was filmed on beta. Digital beta. I didn't even know digital beta was such a thing, but that's what it was taped on. Good stuff. Very good quality in terms of... This is the best interactive movie I've ever seen in terms of quality, at least from the 90s.
Jesus, if there's a brass
Nothing
button
ever
built,
beat
you're
it.
gonna kiss it, aren't you?
Oh, come on, man.
Getting more options, we can kind of choose. We
Missing
can
agents he's trying
gonna
to
be
find.
mean
Okay.
to him. But we have to file an APB on Mulder and Scully. We have to give our case files to Mr. Cook here.
Great. Thanks, Golden.
Well, I got bigger fish to fry, Mr. Cook. Fuck you. And here we file the APB. We could also have Cook do that if you want to talk to him. You could have him do it. Now it's time to get out of this office and get into the real world. Follow Mr. Great Actor Skinner. And look at our Apple Newton. Apple Newton. Now, the game came out in 1998, but it was actually set in 1996, the third season of the X-Files. And even in 1996, the Apple Newton really state-of-the-art FBI technology. Apple Newton. God. What a piece of shit. Anyway. The motel where Mulder and Scully were staying at. Gotta do that.
Please don't do that. Do you know how many people do that with me sitting right here?
Hmm.
No.
Well, you're not the first.
Looking for information on 2 FBI agents who checked in here.
Can you show me some identification?
Gotta show your ID to most of the people. They don't believe you when you say you're fed.
I see a lot of faces. You have names?
Agents
You
Mulder
show
and
your
Scully.
picture to a lot of
Oh,
them
yeah, they
and
paid
see if
for a
they
week in
recognize
advance
Mulder and
from
Scully.
Would you take us to their rooms, please?
Sure,
That's-
come this way.
Oh, I'm sorry to interrupt you.
Why don't you start with Mulder's and I'll take Scully's.
Again, this is kind of a tutorial one, though. It's not really open. Take a look at Mulder's case files here. Majestic cover-up. Dock Railroad Connect. Here we look at some more of the oozing atmosphere, the magic bullet. The lone gunman newspaper, I believe. Take a look at that. You can read that. You can Jose Chung's From Outer Space. Diana Lesky and whatever, Moldrake. You can find phone numbers and you can call them.
Hi, thanks for calling the Everett Diner.
Everett Diner. I mean, this is some pretty fucking cool shit that they've added to this game. You cannot bitch about the atmosphere in this game if you are a fan of
What
this
are you, a
series.
child? I said,
Well, I suppose
don't do
people
that.
that didn't watch the show don't have a clue what they're dealing with. In terms of that, all I have to say is, good. You know, if you're gonna make a cash-in, tie-in game, then make it for the fans. Make it so the fans like it. Fuck everybody else. Don't try to make it into something that everybody's gonna buy. You put a nice, hefty price tag on it, and you make something enjoyable for the fans. And if you're gonna do the movie, do the same thing for the movies. That's why the second X-Files movie isn't looked at so fondly. It's because they tried to make a movie that everybody could go to. They tried to make a thriller. You know, a thriller that anybody could go to the movies and see. What the problem was, nobody wanted to go see the X-Files from the traditional movie audiences. But then you pissed off the X-Files fans, which you can't do. Make it for the fans. Make it so they'll like it. And screw everybody else. You have plenty of fans to make you enough money. Those are my words of wisdom when it comes to cash-in tie-ins, okay? So we went to Mulder and Scully's room. We got Scully's computer. We found out Mulder had called this number here, this dockside warehouse. And we lockpicked it, and we were taking a look at it here in our first real big, wide area to explore. Found a bullet here. We're going to use our evidence kit. We're going to take that hunk of lead out of that wood and store for future analysis. Lots of things to discover here, and you'll spend some time looking it all up. It's all pretty dark. It's not so easy, and it's all got this creepy music going out throughout the entire thing. You constantly feel, I remember as a kid playing this and just constantly feeling that somebody was about to kill me every step of the way. The music is just so creepy. Made by Mark Snow, the same guy who did the music for the series and the movies. It really gets you on the edge of your seat. And the flashlight doesn't help. I thought, first time I played this, I was so scared. And you're not in danger in this place, but I couldn't tell me that. So yeah, we look around. We found that crate we couldn't open, and we gotta get something to open it. Traditional adventure game fare. I definitely would call it on the easier end of adventure games. This ain't no. You do die in this game, but it's not like a Sierra game. And you have that artificial intrusion should you choose it, so that'll help you out. So we open it up, and we find this powdered substance. Go outside of the warehouse.
FBI, I'd like to ask you a few questions.
Find this nice Chinese man over here by the boat.
Any reason why we'd find blood in that warehouse? No.
He doesn't seem to know what's going on. Is he lying? Just show him some black powder here.
Does this look familiar to you? No. What is
Oh,
it?
don't tell me you don't snort
let
that
me
black
answer
powder. You liar.
That sedan's been following us since we left the field office.
Uh-oh.
Do you think they know about Mulder and Scully?
It's possible. Why don't you go ask
So
them?
we gotta go over here and, well, I don't think you have to do this at all. It doesn't even matter, but take a picture of their license plate and you can search it on your, computer, and it just comes up as restricted information. So
Hey.
here
Mr.
we are going
Willmore.
to meet our crime lab
Good to see you.
assistant here. Amos is his name.
Hey, John, how have you been?
John Amos.
Bored. I hope you have something real exciting for me.
When you collect evidence, you come back here and you give the evidence
One
off to
slug.
him
Looks
for
like a
analysis.
38. It's not in very good shape.
He's a nice character.
No thanks,
I
I'm
do
trying to
like
quit.
all the characters in this game, I have to say, and the X-Files is kind of
What have we
known
here?
for, at least for me, as besides the
You're gonna have
first
to do better than
season,
this.
anybody they
I can
introduced,
tell you right now what this is.
besides like
It's industrial grade.
one episode people,
Lead.
anybody that recurred in the
Is there any reason why
series
someone would
after
treat
the
this like
first
contraband?
season were all
No.
kind of assholes
It's
in
neither
some way.
illegal
You never
nor
liked them.
sexy.
It really is true. Like any character that was after the first season, like the informants, you never liked them. Even like some of them are good. Like Mr. X is good, but you hated him. He's an
I'll
asshole.
take some of the blood back to the lab and use
Skinner
it.
was within like in the middle of the first season. We like him. He's okay, but he's the first season.
These two agents are very important to me.
Of course, you have Krychek introduced in the second season, and I think they put him in there because Gillian Anderson was pregnant. I don't think they had the whole traitor thing in mind at the time, but all these people you end up hating throughout the series, and they always wanted it. I think Chris Carter wanted it to be this long-lasting thing, and that's why he tried to get, when David Duchovny wanted to leave the show, they tried to replace him with the Terminator guy, and it's like it was failure. It's failure after failure because for whatever reason you didn't like people in the X-Files mythology besides the people in the first season, like the Lone Gunman. Everybody that you liked was from the first season. Everybody after that you ended up hating. This game, I kind of like the characters they introduced in this game. I wouldn't mind Willmore, actually. I like him a lot better than Doggett, I have to say. And I hated Doggett so much, I just stopped watching the fucking show after a while. I made it into maybe 4 episodes when David Duchovny left, and I was like, this is just terrible. While I am a huge X-Files fan, I have to say, I recognized when the X-Files became shit. Unlike a lot of fans who, stuck with them throughout the entire run. No, the X-Files did become terrible shit towards the end, and, they'll say you're not a real fan. Fuck you. You're not a real fan for not recognizing crap when you see it. And the X-Files did become crap. They're watching you. But I still like this game. I really do like this game. Creepy message. Creepy answering machine message. Look out your window. There's somebody there. And obviously earlier on we saw Skinner had left, so we went to the dockside warehouse. at night by our own. We saw some guys loading some shit into the trunk. Here again, with the atmosphere, everything in your apartment you can look at. You can play the stereo. I think it's all Ramones stuff. He likes the Ramones. You can look at the mirror, see ourselves in the mirror. It's just this incredible atmosphere for an adventure, even for an adventure game. Like, everything is clickable. It's amazing. Like, you don't see this stuff even in adventure games. You don't see everything being clickable. You know, everything is something that you can interact with, and it's a fantastic addition. You can look at your journal after you sleep at night and read about his personal thoughts on what has occurred. And getting great sound effects, like it sounds, you know, like a page turning. Everything's good. Anyway, we come back to the office. We find our partner Cook here, passed out on the floor. Smack him around a little. What are you doing? Huh? You gonna lay down?
Did you get the number of that
I'd say for a FBI, you know, field office, I don't like, how small are these field offices? In Detroit here we have a major office building dedicated to the FBI. I know Detroit, you know, has its crime issues, but it's still, like, it's a major city. It deserves a frickin' skyscraper, you know, and it has a skyscraper for the FBI.
That's your phone.
Why does Seattle only get this piss poor little 3-member station for FBI people? It's weird. Anyway, here's another character that was, you know, this is a character. Nobody liked this guy either. Like, a lot of third season characters, and he ended up dying. Some of the third season characters made it into this game, and by the time this game was released in 1998, they were all dead. It's like, what the hell is this guy doing here?
I came in early to catch up on your work.
It's made for the third season, and this was not a likable character at all. Like, nobody liked this guy.
You got me.
Like, yeah, Chris Carter just did not know how to create people after the first season.
Congratulations, old timer. I don't know
So
what
we
you were doing.
find out Wong's dead here.
Federal government. Lucky you.
Let's go look at him here. Da-da-da-da-da. Morley. Guess who smokes Morleys? Look at this. Like, this is really cool stuff to look at.
What can I do for you?
And here we meet our
Special Agent Craig.
real partner in this game,
FBI.
Mary Estadorian / her love interest, if you so choose. You can act like an asshole to her in these choices, and that will not be the case.
Led me to this warehouse.
Or you can be nice to her, and you have a possible romance to brew.
Spotted Wong. Asked him a few questions about the warehouse. He lied to me.
I don't know if how are you that sure that he lied to you? You know, honestly speaking, I don't think it was that obvious that he was lying to you. But I have to say, I do like this character. There's a good actor that plays her. I don't think she's in anything else, but yeah, I like her a lot more than Mimi Rogers or some of the other people they tried to get along the way to replace Mulder and Scully.
Back of the head, large caliber by the looks of it. No witnesses, no sign of struggle.
That's it.
So far.
Any thoughts on motive?
Robbery, most likely.
Oh, she's so cute.
Haven't quite gotten there yet. Just about to go onto the boat.
Nice, smart-ass sense of humor.
Like the old guy had much.
Probably true. But you'd be amazed at what people will kill for. He probably had a cigar box full of cash. Unless maybe he was killed for squealing to the feds.
Maybe. So Wong had the boat here. Let's check out his boat. Right away, Astrodorian, good detective that she is, finds something.
Where'd he put his fish?
What?
His catch. Where'd he put his catch? There's no freezers. Hell, there's not even an ice chest on board. So where'd the fish go?
I guess he's not into the fishing. He is into the pills, though, you can see. And the Pandas, and the Pepsis, and whatever. I kind of missed that Pepsi can. That's Huracan. Nice slicker there. Hellbank. No, that's another nod to episode of the X-Files. Very nice scenery.
What's the Terracon?
Nice photoreal, especially the ones that are moving. They have like moving scenes. There's still pictures that they have, and there's kind of like moving ones where they took several pictures and, you know, kind of do it. And the moving ones look a lot nicer than these still ones.
Guess that adds another mystery.
I love Seattle. I love Detroit. That's where I'm from. I love Detroit more than anything else. But if I were to live anywhere else in the entire world, I think it would be Seattle. I love that little constant trickle of rainfall. I love the rain. Screw the sun. It gets in your eyes and you gotta squint all day. I like clouds and rain. It's nice. Fresh air. Good stuff.
I remember hearing something about that. The crew all died, didn't they?
Yeah.
So we found out about this Terracon where the crew all died and Wong had this little slicker on the ship. We're going to take a look at the Terracon. Apparently this was another episode of the X-Files. Not sure which one. Apparently the interior and stuff was used and the boat itself was used.
By the time they arrived, it was too late. The entire crew had burned to death.
How many men were on board?
Total of 9. Although only 4 bodies were recovered, the rest were presumed lost at sea.
8 people are dead.
What was the cause of the fire?
Never determined. They have no idea.
Look at that. Fire damage seems to be contained to the outside of the hull. Cabin and the interior don't seem to be burnt at all.
Okay, so what's your point?
Well, how's a crew killed by a fire that only burned the hull?
Yeah. Exactly. Well, we can take a look at the Terracon here. Certain things. Now we're going down deep in the. This is another thing that scared the hell out of me as a kid. Just like this freaking pump beat. Boom, boom, boom. I was like out of my mind. I thought I was gonna die at any second, and it's all for naught. It's just to scare you. It's not a moment to be scared. Nothing's gonna happen. But yeah. You get out of there. It's a very creepy atmosphere, and then you finally get up on top and get some logs here. You find. All in Russian, so you can't understand it. And like, look at the coffee stains, though. It's a very nice detail. There's the blast damage, or I guess we don't know it's a blast yet. It's the fire damage. It only hit the hull and managed to kill everybody.
This looks like it's already been dusted for print.
Oh, yes.
So we find out that there's been some prints here. As Jordan here finds out there's a new set.
Looks like there's a fresh set of prints over the top of the old ones. Yeah, somebody's put their hand on this after it's already been dusted.
Maybe
this.
he has a thing for fingerprints.
I have no idea.
Well, be careful with it.
Relax.
I love how she freaks
Looks
out
like
here.
an explosive device.
Well, it could be. It's certainly heavy enough.
Maybe we should call in a hazmat team.
Let's not overreact, okay?
What the hell are you doing?
She really freaks out there.
You really need to cut down to 1 cup a day.
It reminds me of pictures I've seen.
Take that thing home.
How's that?
You might need it.
Well, the blast.
So Dorian takes a look at the ghost figures here, and it reminds her of the nuclear blast in Japan.
Scared the bejesus out of me.
And anyway, after we're done with that,
But if the slug or the drugs
we
didn't kill him,
come
this man
to
would have been
the
dead
coroner's
within minutes
office
anyway.
Oh,
to
jeez.
see Wong here.
Why?
He was completely riddled with massive tumors.
He had tumors.
I've never seen anything like it.
Lots of cancer.
God, I hate coming here.
You know, so do I.
No, it might hurt either. See his body wiggle there? That's what we got for choosing the paranoid
Diana
reaction at the
Scully
beginning.
And Wolf Mulder, that's right.
That's pretty much the only thing you get for it, though.
What did
I'd
she find?
actually recommend choosing indifferent
No
because there's
idea.
some stuff to read.
The bodies are still here if you want to see them.
So I asked about the Terracon. She encountered Mulder and Scully, and all the bodies are gone.
I think someone's stolen the bodies from the terrace.
Do you?
They're smuggling something. They're smugglers. Wong worked for the same people as the crew of the Terracon.
That would explain the slicker and the lack of fishing equipment.
So they worked for the same people. You questioned
So
Wong.
we
He was
think
killed
we've
because
got
they
a
thought
bit
he
of a
talked.
story
Your
here.
two missing agents
These
have
guys
proof
are
of the Terracon
smugglers,
ship,
and
the corpses turn up missing.
Mulder and Scully are missing
We've
because
stumbled
the
upon
smugglers have found out about everything.
either radioactive material or possibly chemical weapons into the U.S. from the
Doesn't
Philippines.
sound right with me, but
We're gonna have
you
to
know.
demand that we cooperate fully with one another.
You know, Acidorian here seems
You
sure of
just got
herself,
yourself a new
so
partner.
let's say okay. And we got this set of prints here, and we're gonna search our database for them. And who do we find? Uh-oh. Our little ex-partner here. And somebody's knocking on our door. What a coincidence! I wonder who it is. Oh, you son of a bitch. Of course it's you.
What are you doing?
No, man, what the hell are you doing?
You're gonna come into my house and act like a dick?
Have I been informed? No. I've been kept completely in the dark. You know the policy, always have a backup. What if something happened to you? Where would your investigation be then, huh? Agents' lives are on the line here. You better think about that
Thank you,
instead of
my
having
dear
sore points
wife.
with A.D. Skinner. Hey, shut up. Jesus. You act like you're the center of the whole friggin'
That's
universe.
what a lot of the people in this world
Try
think of
asking me about this
nowadays.
before
They
you
think
start
they're the center of the
screaming at me.
universe.
And I'm sorry if you had a bad day, dear. But either you treat me civilly or get the hell out of my house. Being followed by two guys in a sedan.
Oh, you're such a married couple.
I think they're the same ones you tangled with, and I don't know who the hell they are or who they work for, but they're obviously government.
You're obviously reading a
So why are your
script.
fingerprints found on the Terracon?
I gotta say, that's one thing I do like about my reviews is I'm
Unless you
not
go
reading a
tough.
fucking script. I'm actually
What it is,
doing
what do you
this
say?
spur of the moment, ad-libbed. If the game is good enough to talk about, it's good enough to, remember off the top of your head, okay, people? The more and more I watch YouTube, the more and more I get sick and tired of people trying to interject storyline elements into their own series, within, like elements of like a Hollywood production or something, and they're on a YouTube budget. And it's like, give me a break. You don't have the writing ability to do that. You know what? Do something different. Just make it your own experience. That's what I'm here for. Give you a unique experience to me, and I know me best, alright? I'm not here to do Hollywood. Fuck Hollywood. If I wanted Hollywood, I'd watch cable, not YouTube. Anyway, so here, back to the warehouse. We see a lot of that warehouse in this game. Going to this truck that happened to be there, we stole a little piece of paper.
Do I have news?
And, Astrodorian's coming to our house in the morning.
I worked last night. What's the matter with you?
I didn't.
What time is it?
Almost.
It doesn't look like that. I gotta say, it looks pretty dark in that house with the lighting. I gotta say, you should have shined a spotlight on the outside, really, to simulate the daytime. Honestly. So she has this tape.
That could be Mulder's rental car. Same make.
That looks like
How
Mulder.
would you know that looks
Have
like
you
he's
seen
in a
it?
suit?
No,
For
just
God's
photos.
sakes, anybody in a suit with some hair would look like Mulder from that distance.
That guy was at the warehouse last night. Different truck. Same company, Gordon Toller.
Coroner, Washington.
It's actually kind of cool.
So, what do you think?
I think depending on if you
I
review
have
that
no
tape
idea,
again,
but his injuries
play it
are
back
identical
again,
to those from the
that
Terracon.
determines whether
All of the
Astrodorian
gas
becomes more of a
stations'
Scully
electronic
character or more of a
equipment stopped
Mulder
working.
character.
Oh, I got that sort of
If you view it
document
multiple
translated.
times, she
Get
seems to
this,
be
it
more
was a
on the
payroll
Mulder
log.
side of things.
Guess
She's
who
like,
was
oh,
on it?
I'm really looking
Wong.
forward to
He was
meeting
paid
Agent
almost
Mulder. He's got some
$30,000
interesting
in the last 2 months,
ideas.
so I am
If you don't
convinced
look at it
the murder was
again,
mob-related.
or
Probably
respond
because
to
she
in a
was
certain way, then she seems to be more the Scully skeptic kind of thing. That's kind of interesting. It is kind of weird how you play this game for many years and you get the same things, and then you do things a little differently, and you get different responses. So getting the new information about this place Gordon Halling connected to, we check it out. Find this book here, another logbook. Surprise! And if you're a fan of the X-Files, you know immediately when you see that guy's eyes what he is.
Are you alright?
It's okay. I found what we're looking for.
What is it?
Look at this. It's a manifest. Details a number of shipments between that dockside warehouse.
Lots of movie. Like, this is on 7 discs, by the way. Lots of discs. Wing Commander 4
There's a bomb in
was
here.
only on like
We have to
6
get out of
discs.
here now.
So this
Windows wired to the bomb.
a lot of this, and this place is wired, so we gotta figure out what to do. And there's a lot of ways to die in this scene. I'm just gonna show you the successful way. You take the shovel and you bust out that little hole there, and we get the hell out of here before it booms. Oh, it's a very nice effect there, though, guys. It's a very nice explosion. Very nice bass to it, too. Oh, very good. That beta, that digital beta, it's good stuff. It really looks
Like
good.
this, I wish I still smoked.
Are you alright?
Oh, yeah, I find things like this quite bracing.
Yes, sir.
You probably shouldn't do that. I mean, I would love for you to
Rejected.
take it wrong, but
We should probably wait until this case is wrapped before we go tampering with the evidence.
Well, you say it like that, okay, I guess maybe I can wait. Suddenly, I have the urge to complete the trials. Here he is, Mr. X. Never liked this guy, and he was dead by the time this game came out. He was long dead, so. Oh well.
You're going to help.
He makes a return. He's actually a very good character, like in terms of, like he's acted very well, but I've always hated the character. He's just an asshole.
The man that Mulder and
Nothing
Scully
likable
were
about him, even though he
trying to
helps
keep on
Mulder
the same
sometimes. You know, it's just
Can Mulder
nothing
be
that you
killed?
wanna.
I
He
am
never.
sorry,
When he
this
died, I was not. I
base
was
of
not
this.
at all depressed or anything. I was like, okay.
Are you Dana Scully?
Anyway, finally, we get to a star.
Who are you?
The beautiful, fantastic, wonderful, charming Gillian Anderson,
I
aka
didn't know I was
Scully.
lost. Who are you?
She's kind of being a little bit of a bitch here, though.
How do I know I can trust you? Who told you I was here?
And any moment in time, she's ready to hit an alarm button and get us killed. Apparently, this
Alright.
sanitarium has guards that are ready to kill us.
Let's talk.
What does the
We
Terracon
show her
do?
that little needle, and she's
Well,
all good
one way
with
or
us.
another,
Thank
they
you.
were involved in smuggling.
We love
I think
you.
that's a
We
given.
love you, Scully.
I think that there was an accident at sea involving plutonium.
We're sorry that they gave
and
you
Mulder thinks
not the
they were
greatest
somehow
script
killed
there,
by
but
an EVE.
they did not highlight
EVE?
your wonderfulness as much as it should have.
Extraterrestrial biological entity.
What happened in the warehouse?
Mulder
That's the
and I
reason
observed some
I
suspicious
have the
traffic in
hugest
and out of
crush
the
on
warehouse.
Scully
We
as a
went
kid.
in to
I-
investigate.
forever.
We were attacked by a number of
Oh, I
armed
even
men.
used to read a little
I
bit
was
of
shot.
fanfiction. Not that much.
There was
a little
odd
bit.
light.
I used to,
Mulder carried me out of the warehouse.
I
I
wanted
blacked
so
out,
bad
and
for
I
them to
woke
get
up here.
together.
Oh, what the hell?
And they finally got together, and I was so happy, and it did not let me down in the slightest. And then the series unraveled for many other reasons besides them being together. But and then the movie came, and they killed off their kid or whatever, and they got back together by the end of the movie. But now the reboot is coming, which is why I'm doing this game, is because the reboot is coming. Everybody's talking about the X-Files. And the reboot is really making me nervous. I was excited about it at first. Not anymore. Now that I find that they're, casting new characters to be in lead roles alongside Gillian Anderson and David Duchovny. So they're doing just like Doggett and everybody. It's just different people. This time it's going to be good, apparently. No, it's not. They're going to be bad characters like everybody is. All the new characters are bad. You want good characters, you get the lone gunman, even though they're dead, but they're going to bring them back. It's something like that. Oh, wait. Anyway, we get the lone gunman. They tell us to go to this house in Alaska. Find this guy covered in motor oil. Anytime you see a little Mexican skeleton, something's up. Here's the other star. David Duchovny makes his appearance.
I know you. Cable guy.
Got him away from his sexual endeavors
My foot's gone to sleep.
for an hour to film this.
How is she? She's better. She's out of the hospital. It's a sanitarium. I dropped her off there after she was shot in the warehouse. I called the Seattle office for more backup, but all they sent me was more cleaners from the NSA.
Who'd you speak to?
I didn't have time to ask.
At least he's
until
trying
they
to
were away.
act good.
I didn't want to
Yeah,
notify
much better than
anybody of
Mitch
Scully's
Pileggi.
whereabouts because I didn't know who I could trust.
Why did Roush kidnap you?
Roush is a Navy surgeon who's involved in alien experimentation. The alien that controlled him or controls
Get
him
ready for a
crashes into the sea.
load of dialogue, a load of
You did say the
plot here.
alien that controlled it.
Well, there's a species of alien that can use humans. as
Yeah,
hosts.
if you didn't know anything about the
Parasite
X-Files and you
completely
played this
takes over
game,
the
you'd be
target.
so lost.
Even gaining access to knowledge.
But this is
that
all.
possesses
This
the
is a
only
nerd
tool
orgasm.
is a
If
thin film of
you've
black
watched
oil
this
that forms
show,
over the victim's eyes.
if you love the X-Files, you should love this game. You should definitely play it. It's a great game for the X-Files fan. If you're just a casual adventure game fan, well, you'll like it because it's different in a lot of ways.
Yeah, Roush had that same black film.
And if you're an interactive movie
Yeah,
fan,
you're lucky
you'll
he
love it
didn't try
because
to
it's
kill
not a
you.
bad one.
I'm pretty sure the alien's trying to get back to its ship. That's why it used Roush to get here. But I have no
Yeah,
idea
but
where that ship might
you
be.
won't enjoy it as much as if you
was
were an
coming up, I saw
X-Files
Men in
fan,
Black
but
Fatigue
it's
leaving the house.
unique enough
Gotta catch up with
that
him.
you
He's the new
should give it a
host.
try.
But we have
And
to
see,
figure out where they're
see how you
headed.
feel about it.
I know.
I don't think it
I was
deserves
given
the 2
location of a
stars that
secret
Computer
government
Gaming World
facility
gave
by
it.
3 men via video conference.
Oh, that sounds like a reliable source.
In terms of story, in terms of connection to the series, it's all there. It's got characters. It's got new characters that aren't terrible. And it's got lots of atmosphere. It's a great game overall.
We've been tracking a plutonium smuggling ring from the former Soviet Union and Yugoslavia.
Yeah, you guys and your scripts.
We have hard evidence that the Terrachem was a courier ship, which carried...
Normally I don't even want to hear this bullshit, but because of you guys, I'm gonna let them do their spiel before I shoot them to death. You don't have to shoot them either, you can run away from them. I've done that a few times, it's whatever. It's easier to shoot them, just kill the bastards. They're NSA, fuck them. Goodbye, Spooks. And here we are with the Aurora Borealis in the background. We are at this military base.
Those burns match the others. Mulder's gone on ahead. I don't think we have much time.
There's a lot of things to do in this place. You might need your artificial intuition for this one. It's very scary too, because there's so many little. You go to the wrong place and you'll die. I gotta open this up. I'm doing this a little bit out of order. I'm supposed to do this later on, but whatever. Here we have a scene that is kind of easy to pass up. If you don't go into the right room, you won't even see this, but adds a lot of story on Cook and why he's such an ass in this game. Here he spills his beans about why
I guess you're curious about what the
he's
hell
been a dick.
Oh, yeah, the thought had crossed my mind.
Oh?
And of course, he's gonna tell us all. Tell us
Attention
all about
to
it.
the actual events. Plutonium smuggling.
Well, we have our cursor over this little cattle rod.
All made up. Actually, I made everything up. Why? Money.
Yeah, you say money and you're dead.
Lots of things.
Fuck you. Money. Couldn't think of something a little better than money. Maybe something and money. Looks like Mulder's infected.
Into the storage chamber.
God, she looks so beautiful. Jillian, you look like an angel. Get out of there. He's dangerous. No, we can't kill him because he killed Mulder and it's the end of the game. But quick on that one here. Meet it back up with Scully. She's got a plan.
I think he's in some kind of a narco-somnambulistic state.
We want to lure him away.
Lure him into the isolation chamber. I can contain him until I can figure
Even though you've seen this thing a million times, you still don't believe in the aliens. Oh, she's so beautiful. Beautiful. She's really the only redhead I've ever liked too. Like I think it's fake. It's all fake. I think she's a blonde naturally. But yeah, in terms of any redhead, fake or real, Jillian is the one. Love her. They kill that guy. We take the key, and we are now running for our lives because Mulder is behind us, and he's ready to shoot out that ball of light. Close the door on this end. Scully takes care of the other one. And this alien decides he doesn't need Mulder anymore. Leaves his body covered in oil. Or away. He finds a new host, gets out of there. Apparently it's not completely... Yeah, if that oil's able to get out of that chamber, then that chamber's not doing what it's designed for at all, is it? What if there was a virus or something in there? It just gets right out and gets into Cook. Well, we can't kill Mulder. If we kill Mulder, the game ends. It's over. But we can kill this guy. Ah, fuck him. I always did like those episodes with the aliens with the needle thing. Good stuff.
Apparently they searched Cook's apartment and found my laptop, fortunately. But it seems as though Cook staged the break-in here in order to make it look as if he'd been attacked. Anyway, I've got a plane to catch, but Agent Mulder...
What's life like when you can't trust your partner in the FBI?
Anyway, I wanted to say thank you.
I wouldn't have missed it for the world.
Oh, Detective Astadorian also mentioned she had some paperwork for you to sign. She said she'd drop it by your place. So I told her she could send it here. She seemed adamant about...
Well, I'm going to have to meet her then, aren't I?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Agent Willmore.
Outside of our house, Mr. X comes back, where he sets it up for a possible sequel, which never happened. They did make another game several years later, which is more like a Resident Evil, like adventure horror kind of style, you know, not related. They did not make a true sequel to this, and I think it would have been nice to have a sequel. But this game was also set, you know, in the 3rd season. It's already, you know, the 5th season by the time this game comes out. And yeah, what are you gonna do? This game comes out in 2000, and it's still set in the 3rd season. What are you gonna do? No, you guys really made that cliffhanger ending stupid by doing that. And here's my funny bit. Here's Willmore acting like a little child molester.
Your little girl is beautiful.
How could you film that with a straight face? Oh my God! Why? If you actually give her the gumball first, the mother's like, "Get away from my child." Which I probably should have done that one. Oh, it's terrible. It's terrible. Anyway, hope you'll subscribe. Look at my channel if you want some more reviews. I'll see you guys later.
I didn't have a nickel.
Bye.